Yours works. Your Moodle account works? You were able to log in last Friday? Remember the computer class?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it worked for you? Yeah. Starry?
She's absent that morning.
You don't have a Moodle account? Are you sure? Starry doesn't like Chinese, only English.
You have to.
Yeah. Okay, you need your Moodle sorted then. Do you have Moodle? And it has it. Okay. Yeah, why were you missing on Friday? What? You know Friday? Yeah? Starry, where were you last week? What happened to you? Okay, fine. Fine. Alright, oh, my... Okay. We'll start. Right. Now, the maths, it starts very simple to begin with, okay? So, we'll start with something called algebra. Now, some people maybe know this word. Do you know this word?
Yes.
Yeah? You know this word? Yeah. So what is algebra then for the people who know it?
Calculating.
Calculating, yeah. What else could we say?
Unknowns.
Yeah, unknowns, x and y. So in algebra, you're dealing with x and y.
Yeah.
You're dealing with things like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're dealing with how to find x.
Yeah.
And you're also dealing with graphs. Yeah, so this is algebra. We'll study this for maybe, I think maybe like 3 weeks, maybe. Yeah, it's a big chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see, I think we'll just start then. Yeah. Were you all here last week for the talk? You were, because you did the test.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh? Oh, great. So you'll have to take it, I think, next week or something. You know, you can't actually. Sorry. Okay. So let's have a start then. So we'll start with the we'll start with the graph. Oh yeah, I should say, I think I said this last week, but if I didn't say this, all of these lessons are recorded and posted to YouTube. Yeah. The link to the channel is on Moodle. Huh? What? Like and subscribe to me on YouTube. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so does anybody know what this line is called? X-axis. That's what this one's called. And this one?
Y-axis.
Y-axis. Good. Okay. Now, does anybody know what this point is called?
Origin.
Origin, yeah. Yeah? So far okay? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone know the name of this graph? What all of this is called?
Graph.
Graph is true. What type of graph though? It's a something graph. Close, but no.
Linear graph?
No. Getting closer. Which one? Say again? No. Close, but not this. Not plane, not coordinates, not linear, not line. You're all making it difficult. Simplify it. What do we think?
Simple.
Oh, you'll be disappointed. XY graph. Yeah. XY graph. You're making it complicated. Now, there is another name for it though as well. You can call it XY graph, or you can call it a Cartesian graph. Yeah. Please write these names down, okay? You didn't know these ones, so that's that one. Okay. what's this called here?
Coordinate.
Yeah, keep it simpler though.
Oh,
We can call this a what? Anyone know?
not sure.
Yeah, we can just call it a point. That's all.
Oh,
A
fine.
point, yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Each of these has a name. So the x has a name. Does anyone know what we call the x? No, we can call it, I think someone said it earlier actually, x coordinate.
Oh.
Yeah, and then of course this one will be the y.
That's coordinate.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we also know this is positive, this is positive, this is negative, and this one's negative here. Okay. I think this is all the vocabulary you need to start. So once you have your names down, we'll continue. You got these? Yeah? Okay. I can continue? Scroll down? Yeah? Okay. So let's see. We'll have a look at, so, just our first example. Oh, come on. Represent for, let's put in a minus for fun, for minus 2 on a XY graph. Now this doesn't need to be perfect, just a very quick graph. So X is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 4, and Y is minus 2. So 1, 2, there's minus 2. So here it is here. 4 minus 2. So this is the answer. So this is our first example, so please write this example down. And then I need to talk a little bit about vocabulary as well. What subject did you have today? You had your first business class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Economics?
Economics.
No, tomorrow. EAP? English?
Yeah.
You had English? Now, do people know what they want to study next year? So, like, Lucas, do you know what you want to study next year? Yeah?
Yes.
What is it?
I have some. I'm thinking 3 majors.
Oh, 3? Okay, what are the 3?
So I'm not for sure what I study with a major.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to talk what I study or which major. Then I can say.
You
yeah,
still
that's
have
it.
many things to think about.
Yeah.
So, for example, is it still going to be business?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, business.
Will it be maths?
Sorry?
Will it be like financial business?
No, it's not.
Okay, okay. So not too much maths.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. And then for you?
Accounting.
Okay, so a little bit of maths then. A little bit of maths then. A little bit of maths.
Something business.
You don't know what yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Psychology.
Okay, so it sounds like the most mathematical subject you might have to do is something like economics or accounting or something like that. So do you know what grades you need to get for maths? B?
A.
Alright, so you still need to do a good job then. Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to talk a little bit about vocabulary for this question. So represent is one verb, but there are other verbs you can use. Does anybody know other verbs we could use for this one?
Show.
We could show, yeah.
Indicate.
Yeah. Okay. Indicate.
Exhibit.
Oh, okay, no, we're getting too fancy now. We want to keep it simpler.
Draw.
Simpler. Draw. Something like this, yeah.
Point.
Not quite. Sketch.
Yeah.
Plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
These are the two used in the exam. Which one?
Mm.
Yeah, go on, you had one more.
Present.
Present. Yeah, a bit like exhibit and indicate. A little bit too
Okay.
fancy. For the exam, we use these two. Now, there is a difference between them. Does anybody know the difference?
No.
Sketch.
Sketch.
Sketch is more like a draw.
Yeah, draw the
Plot is writing.
Yeah, sketch is something that can be quick,
Yeah.
but plot must be slow and careful.
Uh,
So sketch could be something like, just like that, whereas plot, has to be nice and neat. Yeah. So, what's the word? Accurate. Plot needs to be accurate, but sketch can be inaccurate. Yeah? Okay, and then actually, before I go on to the next one, the distance here and the distance here for 1 unit and for 1 unit, can they be the same or can they be different?
It can be same. No, like different.
Can be different, yeah. So for example, here maybe you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and here you can go 5, 10, 15, 20. This is okay. All right, next now. So suppose I have a point here, x1, y1, x2, y2, and I want to find this point, which is in the middle. Does anyone know its name?
Midpoint.
Very good. It's called the midpoint, and it means like the middle. Middle point.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a formula to find it. I wonder if anybody knows the formula.
X1 plus x2 divided.
You remember it?
Yeah.
Yeah. x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. You can write this down. This is our first basic formula. You got it, Jeff? You got it, sorry? Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at a simple example. Let's say this point here is 2, 3, 8, 10, and I want the midpoint. So, this one is x1, y1, and this one x2, y2. So the rule is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So what's that? 10 over 2 and 13 over 2. So 5 and 6.5. Okay, so that's our that's our second example. You can write that down. Second example. So the question would have been, find the midpoint of 2, 3 and 8, 10. Now, I didn't really talk about what you need for paper in class. I don't mind if you use whatever small, big books. The only thing I think is important is that you have one book for maths, one book for business, one book for economics. It's just easier to organize your notes this way. Yeah? Okay, do we have this written down? Yeah? Okay. Right. Yeah, okay, next step. So I was only talking about this very, very briefly earlier. But this here has a name for something like, for example, examples. Something like y equals 2x plus 3, y equals minus 4x plus 1, whatever. Does anyone know what these are called?
I don't know in English.
Oh, go on, try and translate, have a go.
First, linear.
Linear is the first part, yeah.
Linear equation.
Linear equation. And linear, what word is that like in English?
Straight.
Yeah, it's like line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are called linear equations. We prefer to have y as the subject. Now, does anybody know what that means? Y is the subject.
Yeah, y being left.
Yeah.
Y as the subject means y equals, that y is on the left. This is how we prefer to write it, okay? Now we don't always get it like this. Sometimes it might be written like this: 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals 0. Which is okay, but not what we prefer, okay? So the question here could be something like this. Rewrite 2x plus 3y plus 5 equals 0 with y as the subject. Now that's not a big deal. That's easily done, which we'll do now. So this is our next example.
Is there actually questionnaires like that?
In the exam, no, but this will be part of a process to solving a bigger question. I know you might have this in the exam for like 2 marks or something as a part of a long question. Alright, can we have a look at this now? I think this is okay. Really, I just want you to practice your English. Okay, so what to do first?
Transfer 2x plus 5.
Okay, so we'll pause there. We can take this one to the right. Okay, so what are the verbs for this? So you've given me one, transfer. But keep our life simple.
Move.
Just move. Yeah. So we can say move 2x to the right and move 5 to the right. So now we have 3y equals minus 2x minus 5. Okay. Now what's next?
Divide by 3.
Yeah, divide by 3. Everything divide by 3.
Yeah.
So this is gone. And now we have y equals minus 2 over 3x minus 5 over 3. And that's it for a basic example. So we've written it in this form, mx plus c, which we prefer. Okay, so if you can write this one down, please. So this is our next example. Yeah. Okay, you have this, Sari? Yeah? What are... Okay. What did you do in English today, actually?
We talked about our country.
Boring. Okay, alright. What does this word mean? Verify.
Proof. Theory.
What was that second one you said?
Theory, something like that. Theory.
Make it simple.
Make it simple.
Oh, you're mixing up two words there, I think.
Yeah.
Show that is good, yeah. Verify, we could say prove. Prove. Show. Any other words we can think of?
Clarify.
Not clarify.
Okay.
Clear?
Explore. I like it, but not explore.
Or prove.
Prove is good. Show is good. What else?
Tell.
Tell. No, not tell. Anything else? There's one more which I think you all know. The simple word that means prove. Close. Not that one. There's another one now. Like explain. Begins with a C.
Clarity.
Not clarify and not clear.
Okay.
Not claim either.
Choose.
Oh, not choose. No. Check. Check. Yes. So these all verify just means like this: prove, show, and check. Then, yeah. So we can have this situation where we have a line. Let's say this is 2x plus 3y. I don't know. Minus 5 equals 0. And we have a point. Let's say it's 1, 1. But the problem is we don't know if the point is on the line or maybe it's off the line. We don't know which it is. So is there any way to verify? That is there any way to check if this point is on this line? How can we check? Any ideas?
Draw a graph.
Draw a graph is one way, but a painful way. Substitute in, yeah. So what we can do, let me write down the question. So this is our next example. Verify whether 1, 1 is on the line 2x plus 3y minus 5 equals 0. Okay, so this is our next example. Now, just for English purposes, there is actually a small difference between the word verify, check, and prove, show. They're not; these four words aren't exactly the same. There is a difference between verify, check, and prove, show. I wonder if anybody can see what the difference might be. The meaning is similar, but there's a small difference in the meaning.
Prove and show would have to draw a graph or draw.
No, not like that. No. Not that. Something else.
Prove is like make something similar.
No.
Proof is something that is correct.
We're getting there now, yeah. So the difference is verify and check. You're not saying if it's true or false. In fact, you don't know. Whereas with prove and show, you know it's true.
But you have to show.
And you have to kind of provide evidence, okay? So there is actually a difference here. The reason I say verify is because I don't know if it's on the line, if it's true. Okay, now let's see if it is. So what we do is we take the point and we put it in. So we have 2 times 1 plus 3 times 1 minus 5 equals 0. Well, it looks good. Is this a true statement?
Yes.
This is true. So therefore we say it's on the line. And of course if we had something silly like 6 minus 5 equals 0, then it's false. So it's off the line. Okay, so if you can write this example down, this is our next example. I mean, you probably have seen this before, right? Maybe? Yeah. What nationalities do we have here? We have Chinese, I believe. Nationality?
Malaysia.
Malaysian, Korean, Malaysian, Korean, Korean.
3 countries.
Simple.
It's simple. So we have actually no one from the Middle East then?
No.
Yes. Anyways, okay. I don't think this is everybody. I think there'll be 9 students in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so
No.
yeah, there's still a few more students to come then. Alright, is this one okay? Yeah, that's next now. Yeah, so next now we want to draw some lines. So let's say I want to, next example, what's the verb for draw when it's quick and sketch? So, sketch, S-K-E-T-C-H, y equals, I don't know, we'll say 3x minus 6. Sketch. Okay, so we'll do this together now. How many points do you need to draw a line, of course?
2.
You need 2 points. Now, usually the 2 points we like to find are the points here and here. These are the ones we like.
Minus 6.
And these ones have names.
Oh.
Now, does anybody know the name of this point and this point? So, for example, does anyone know what this point is called?
1.
Yeah, this is called the y-intercept. And this one here?
X-intercept.
Or there's another name which I prefer, which is more common. So yeah, sure, of course you can say x-intercept, but we don't. There is another name for it. Yes. We call this one the root. You look confused. You've used this word before or not? Yeah. Which would be more common though? X-intercept?
For quadratic graph is
Root, yeah.
But
Interesting. Root is true for all types of graphs, not just quadratics. Although, yeah, I suppose it's more common to use it for quadratics, but you can use it for cubics and linears and anything. Okay, so what we'd like to do is to find these points so we can draw. This one is actually not difficult to find. What you do is you let x equals 0, and this one here, to find it, you let y equals 0 to find this one. So let's go back. So step 1, let x equals 0 in here. Okay, we got y equals 3 times 0 minus 6. So y equals minus 6. So we get 0 minus 6 is our first point.
Yes.
That's fine. Secondly, we say let y equals 0. So we have 0 equals 3x minus 6, 6 equals 3x, x equals 2. So our second point is 2, 0. Now that we have these points, we can now draw. Okay? So here and here, this is x, this is y, this can be 2, 0, and this one here can be 0 minus 6, and there is, there's my line. Something as ugly as that will do. Okay, so 2 and 6 then. Okay, so that's our next example, so please write this one down. Now you don't have to use these 2 points. In fact, you can use any 2 points. However, in the exam, for this question, they often want these 2 points. So it's just better if you do it this way. Okay. You have this? Yep. Continue. Okay, so what do we have a look at next? Draw. Yeah, okay. Alright, so what we haven't talked about too much yet is what exactly the M and the C represents on the line. The M has a name and the C has a name, firstly. Does anyone know what the M is called?
Gradient.
That's one name for it. Gradient is one name for it. In Ireland, we usually have another word which we use. Does anyone know? Not this one. And I think you might know it. Begins with an S. L. Yeah. Slope. It means gradient. And then the C.
The Y.
Yeah, which we had this earlier. Y intersect. For the graph, it's clear what the C affects. For example, if the C is positive, the line is up here. If the C is negative, the line is here. And if the C is 0, the line is here. But the M affects
The slope.
yeah, the slope. I don't use the word slope.
The degree.
How
The steepness
Yeah.
of it, yeah. So, if the M is big and positive, the line looks like this. If the M is, I'll just put it here, negative, then it's going down. And what about, let me just squeeze it here, if the M is 0?
It's just a line.
Well, they're all lines.
Origin.
There's like no X.
Yeah, no,
There's only a dot.
Horizontal line is what I wanted, yeah. So this is 0.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. So what we want to do now is how to find the M and the C.
Mhm.
How many points would I need to find the line? 2 points. So the good news is to find the M is not so difficult. We have a formula for the M. The formula for M, I wonder if anyone, I'm sure someone remembers it from school.
And like an
Formula?
X root
No.
on the
Y.
bottom.
X on the top, yeah, on the top.
On the bottom.
Y2 minus Y1 over
X.
X2 minus X1. Now actually, this has a name and this has a name. The top is called the rise, and the bottom is called the run. Is this new?
Yeah, it's getting.
Has anyone heard this before? So sometimes people say the formula is rise over run. Is this? Am I giving you something new here?
Yes.
Okay.
For me.
For you, anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
What about
great, yeah.
for you? New?
No, something new.
Something new. Something new, yeah. Lucas, have you seen these words before, or is this new?
No, yeah.
It's new. Okay. So, if I say in class M equals rise over run, I just mean this. Okay? Alright. So, let's have a look at an example now. Can I scroll down? Do you have this?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So, example. Find the equation of the line containing, let's give you 2 points, let's say 1, 2, and 5, 10. Okay, we'll do this one now, if you can just write down the question. What other ways I could have said containing these 2 points? Let's call it A and B, if this is A and B. What other ways I could have said containing A and B?
Passing through.
Very good. Passing through A and B. Anything else?
Run long.
Runs along A and B, yeah, yeah. Anything else?
Pass by.
Not pass by, because that makes it sound like it's
Oh, pass
off of it. Anything else? I could just say A and B are on the line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else?
B,
Huh?
with point A.
With point A and point B. Yeah, okay, yeah. That'll do. So we got the idea here. Okay. So let's have a look at the answer now. So the first thing I can get is the m using my formula. This is x1, y1, and this is x2, y2. So the m would be 10 minus 2 over 5 minus 1. Yeah. 8 over 4, which is just 2. So I'm not finished, but this is half done. So we're trying to get this. We're trying to get the m, but we're also trying to get the c. Now, we have the m, so we know that y equals 2x plus c. We don't have the c. How can I find the c?
That one is the x.
Which one? Which, yeah.
1.2.
We take one of the points, like say this one, or this one, and we put it in. Because if this is on the line, which it is, this should be true.
Yes.
So we get 2,
equals
2 times
1
1 plus c. So what's the c?
0.
0. Yeah. So we get c equals 0, so I have my answer. Y equals 2x plus 0.
Yes.
I'll write the plus 0 in. Now, you can write that down in a second, but just in case you're wondering, yes, if you want, you can use this formula. I don't mind. But at least write it down this way for this one. I don't think you do it this way in school, do you? You do? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, or do you use the formula?
We use both, but I prefer this.
Okay. And what about for you? This way or with the formula? Do you do it the way I did it, or do you do it using this formula?
Not for
This way? Yeah. And Lucas?
Maybe you say.
Maybe this way. Okay. Okay. Can I continue down?
Yes.
Did you? It's okay? Alright. Now, this one here, it's the same thing. I ask you for the line, except I don't give you the points. I give you a graph. So, what could you do here?
You get the x root and the y intercept. So
Yeah. So just because I give you the graph, it just means I've given you the 2 points in a picture form. So you could just use this as 1 point, minus 2, 0, and this is the other point, 0, 4. So there's nothing special there. Okay, so there's two very special types of lines we have to have a look at. So, what's special about this line? Let's say this point here is, I don't know, 3, 5. What's special about this line?
y equals 1.
Yeah, but true. That's the answer. But what's special about the line? Why do?
There's no gradient.
the gradient.
Yeah. Yeah, it's horizontal. It's horizontal. These lines have very simple equations. This line is simply y equals 5.
Yes.
Because everywhere on the line
It's 5.
is 5 high. What's the name of this line? Let's say like this.
Vertical.
Vertical line. And the equation of this line?
X equals 1.
Yeah.
Because everywhere on this line,
X
X is 1.
No.
So, just for vocabulary, this is called horizontal. That's an N in there. and this one is called vertical. These are special lines. These words you know, horizontal and vertical.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, interesting question. For the horizontal line, what's the m?
Zero.
0.
Mhm.
Now think before you say anything. The vertical line, what's the m? Yes. Undefined in a very special way though. The m could be plus or minus infinity.
Oh.
Now the reason for the plus or the minus is as follows. Is this line going up or going down? Up. So its m is positive.
Mhm.
This line is going down, so its m is negative. Is this line going up or down?
Going up.
No.
Yeah, well it could be going up or
Going down.
it could be going down. So actually, this is why it's undefined. We don't know if it's going up or if it's going down. We don't know. Yeah. We don't really need this. I just wanted to show it to you, but we don't need it for the exam.
Mhm.
It's enough just to say, like you said, undefined, no value. So, hang on, come on. There you go. So we can say undefined, no value.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, there's, as you can see, the first lesson, it was more of a revision lesson of stuff I hope you remember from high school. But if you don't remember, that's okay. This is why we're doing this for revision, okay? So your homework, you can go to Moodle and download this worksheet. It's the first worksheet on Moodle. The lesson is called Equation of the Line. And I would like you to do A and B in each question.
Oh.
A and B. A and B, A, B, A, B. A, B for each. Yeah.
In the right note, left note, because this is in real life.
Oh yeah, you write it in your notebook. Yeah. And next time you can tell me if there were any problems, if some of the questions were too difficult or whatever. So I'd like you to try them and to put them in your notebook, okay, with this lesson. I think you should be okay with this one. Do you have a WhatsApp group created yet? No? Okay, but you have WhatsApp, of course. Yeah. So I think it's a good idea if you make a WhatsApp group for the class, and I think Starry, maybe somebody can send her this from Moodle when you log in, if you can download it and send it to Starry, because you want to do this tonight. Yes, of course. So A and B from each question. Yeah. I know you don't have to. I'm just saying, I think everybody has WhatsApp. Oh, you don't? What do you use?
Kakao. It's Korean application.
You could use WhatsApp. You could use Skype. You could even use MSN Messenger. I don't think Facebook. Yes, people still use Facebook.
Yes, I do.
Use it? Okay, or whatever. Yeah. So I think whatever you use, maybe the class could make a group. But are you the only one who doesn't use WhatsApp?
Oh, really?
Are you WhatsApp?
Sure.
WhatsApp? WhatsApp? Facebook. All right. WhatsApp. Okay. Well, maybe you could send her the homework in Facebook then, because she doesn't have her Moodle account. So when you download the PDF, maybe you can just send it to her on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Or if you want to use
Or
WhatsApp,
what email?
or even QQ. Yeah, QQ. You have QQ?
No, I WeChat.
WeChat. That's fine also. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll upload